Good. What's going on, y'all? You already know what time it is. It's time for TKC Sicko Mode. You already know I'm your host, Evan L.G. Francis, a.k.a. Mr. Go to Work, a.k.a. King Francis, founder and leader of the TKC. And I'm never here by myself. No. Always here with my brother from another, co-host with the most, educator, producer, director, wrestling savant, the homie Xavier Lascano, executive advisor of the TKC, the Kingpin Collective. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little I don't normally share this part of my life on the show, but today was the senior walkout rally. For those of y'all that don't know, I work at a high school. I've also doubled at elementary for several years, and some of these kids, some of these seniors are former third grade students of mine from my after school work, and they do this really beautiful send-off where, the yearbook crew and staff, they go and they film the kids writing their signature on like the camera lens. And so they edit it together and they put it to some very inspiring, moving music. There's a Bruno Mars song, I don't know the title, but it's like dun 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 move. Anyway, the montage of the students signing their signature and it being their big goodbye. I never expect it to choke me up, but it never fails. Especially since because we've only been doing it for like the last 2 or 3 years. And for the last 2 or 3 years, they've all been former elementary kids of mine. And it's so special. It's probably not the most unique senior farewell done in the States, but for me, these are moments I cherish for the rest of my life.
As you should.
It's like seeing your babies grow up.
Dope.
And one last thing to mention, my baby, my goddaughter, former intern for Go to Work Fitness, the first intern we ever had working with us.
Right.
Shout out to Amira Shah, my baby girl, walks the stage for her black graduation this Saturday over at Oakland Tech.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
be there to see you.
Hell
I
yeah.
love you.
Congratulations. We're proud of you.
Then she's got her regular graduation next week on the 28th, which I'll also be there for.
Dope.
Suit and tie on 9 yards. Gotta be done.
Congratulations, big
yeah,
dog.
yeah. Had felt compelled to share it.
Oh, as you should be, for sure. That's newsworthy for sure. Congratulations, man. Double or Nothing this Sunday. Big things coming. I'm excited for this card.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be dope as hell. We watching. Obviously, we gonna watch this.
Oh
yeah. A lot of great things in this show that build up to Double or Nothing. So I really thought this was a great go home show.
Oh yeah, no, this was good. This was good. This was a really solid episode of there were big moments. There were great matches. There was even a heart-wrenching piece in the middle of the show or close to the, and it all fit like a glove. Every promo. No squash matches. No, we saw Roos briefly, and that was it. And we always see him briefly, but this time there was no match. There was no match to make me go, man, here we go again. But yeah, no.
All right, let's get it started.
All right, so the show starts off with a banger because you got Jericho and the Young Bucks. First of all, they have a nice promo in the very beginning because they're going to sightseeing in the area, and they have some discussion about what to call themselves. Is it
the Bucks of Jericho?
The Bucks of Jericho, or is it Y2K Bucks?
No,
right?
Y2 Jackson.
Y2 Jackson. Sorry, Y2 Jackson. And then they're sort of like, oh, is it? We've seen this sort of argument before. Whose moniker should be first? And then Jericho's like, what about both? Just both. So they come out to the ring in matching gear that's got the names. It's red and white gear. Saucy as heck.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, it's a trios match. It's them versus Ricochet, Don Callis, and good old Andrade. Good old Andrade. You know what I'm saying? And you know something? gold, like dripping with gold over here.
Indeed.
Homeboy, Mark Davis has got the national championship.
Andrade's
got that.
Yep.
It's got the New Japan, rocking the New Japan, loving it. I love it when they're like rocking. We have a guy who rocks gold from another Fed. They're just AEW reminds you all the time they have international competitors.
Yep.
They do not lock their wrestlers down into one place only and say no. This is the only place where you can fly.
Yeah.
And that's dope to me.
Agreed.
Because you could be a boxer and have belts from more than one company. And that's just that realism sells it. That match, this opening match was a fucking beast. Jericho still got it, man. He's hitting drop kicks. He's hitting the lion salt.
Hell yeah.
There's a bit where each member of Jericho's team, they're hitting a Frankensteiner off the top rope one by one. And the timing's impeccable. Ricochet's incredible here.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Davis is just beasting all the way through. And I love how they play with their characters. Andrade's known to stop and flirt with women in the crowd and take pictures with women in the crowd. And he goes out to take a photo, and Don Callis is all like, yeah, well, all they know that it's $80 a photo. And right after he says that, Andrade turns into a drop kick.
Yeah.
Bam.
Right?
And I like how the commentators are slowly pointing out that Andrade kind of doesn't fit the Don Callis mold, because they're like, look, the fans really love what he can do. They just don't like the fact that he's associated with you.
Yeah.
And that's it. Oh, I'm loving it. They're slowly working on turning that guy face. And they're not rushing it, though. They're just kind of and that's another thing I love about AEW, the slow burn. If you like drama, they're good for that slow burn.
Facts.
Oh,
Facts. No, I thought this match was a great opener. The Bucks don't miss like that. Jericho's been on fire ever since he got back. Like you said, the Callis family and Ricochet, this was all the ingredients for a great opener, and that's what we got. Great 6-man. So no disputes there. So what would you rate it?
Woo! I mean, I'm giving it a 4.3.
Yeah, I'll go with it 4.3.
And the aftermath was buku nuts. Oh my God! Everybody and their mom came out. I mean, because at first it's Toy Leona comes out and he's backing up Ricochet.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking that's kind of it, and then in response to that, Jungle Jack Perry comes out, his music hits, and I go crazy just as the fans, because how can you not? The theme music, for those of us of a certain age, is burrowed into our mind. Anybody that ever saw, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 may not have been the best film, but I'll never forget that song at the end credits. And I appreciate that so much because it let me know that horrible movie was over.
Fair.
But no, he comes down to the ring, he gets overpowered at first, and then it's looking because you've got the rest of the demand out there, you've got you got the Mad Dogs out there, shit's going nuts. And then we hurt people as soon as that music hits. The tide turns.
Everything just goes up after that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When they came running, when MVP and, Bobby Lashley and, Shelton Benjamin came running to save the day, I was like, all right, here we go.
Here we go. Business picked up, man. Business picked up.
This Stampede match, I think, is going to be amazing, and this is a solid forebearer for what the match is going to be. What I think is interesting, or foreshadow, I should say, what I think is interesting is the commentators played up the fact that, the Bucks had faced off against Jericho in the first ever Stampede, match of that kind. And for somebody who did not watch the AEW product during that time, it's nice to get filled in on that. And also, it's an interesting full circle moment.
Yeah.
It's like the first match we ever did was, him and the Bucks, and now we're teaming up. Now that we're bringing it back, and that's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Yeah, great stuff, man. I can't wait for this Stampede match. It's gonna be crazy.
Fucking
crazy.
Man. All right, so let's see. Next up, after that, we got. Oh, okay. Darby Allin addresses Speedball and MJF.
Yep.
Yeah, Darby gets interviewed by Renee Paquette, and even Renee, I think it's interesting how honest and open Renee is. With she's just like, look, I've been enjoying watching you, but you're getting beat up out there. How long is this gonna, like, what kind of toll is this taking on you?
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't stop. Like, it's just something I need to do is just go out there and defend this belt.
Yeah.
And I like that about his character, this notion that, like, he's going to go hard or go home.
Mm-hmm.
And if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's cool. That justifies that when he loses to MJF, and I'm saying when because I think that's what this is building to. It'll be justified because he's fought every week.
That's true.
And most champions, take a little bit of time and space in between.
Yeah.
And it's reasonable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, after that, we got, oh man, this match was so cool. We got the Psycho Killer himself versus Mark Briscoe. Mark called him out last week during a conglomeration sketch because he still owes him an ass whooping for when Tommaso Ciampa turned heel fully. And this match felt like I'm gonna praise AEW again for the things that it bears forth. This match felt like a CZW classic, like it in a good way. Like it was, or ECW classic even, really. Like it was hardcore, damn near hardcore perfection.
Yeah.
My God, the cheese grater.
Man, let me tell you what, bro. They were getting to the nitty gritty on this shit. You seen that pieces of skin and shit? I was like, oh God. On a random Wednesday.
I figured, the moment when he, like right before he stuck him with the cheese grater specifically, I realized he paused to give Mark the chance to blade. Because he's like, oh, you're not done yet. You know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
The use of the barbed wire table, it's like the classic, you set up the table for someone else, then you get thrown through it.
This shit was crazy, man.
Shout out to Mark for being willing to give his opponent the J Driller through a barbed wire lace table that I'm pretty sure Tommaso didn't feel when he got pile driven, because most of the barbed wire went into Mark's like pants and hindquarters.
Yeah.
Taking one for the team.
Oh, God.
Blood everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're squeamish, you might want to skip this one.
This was crazy.
This felt like hardcore heaven. This felt like mid to late stage ECW. This felt like
this was some shit
This was levels of, do I want to give it that laugh? Fucking I'll give it that. This is like
oh my God.
This is like Sabu's bicep getting torn on the barbed wire.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. And the thing about it is like this Tommaso Ciampa, man, compared to what he was doing like a few months ago in WWE, this is a totally different monster. It's like, oh my God. But this is what you should have expected, you know what I mean? And we're getting it. Psycho Killer Unleashed.
You know what I appreciate about like this level of hardcore match versus your standard hardcore match that you would get in other companies. It's like you have some companies where the hardcore is used to hide the fact that your wrestlers can't go. So it's like, oh, you're just gonna hit each other with stuff, and that'll be it, you know. And then you have some hardcore matches where, you know, it's gimmicky and it's silly, like, you know, your WWE. It's like, oh, we're gonna hit you with the plastic trash can or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was like, no, we're really gonna wrestle, but we're also really going to use like wild ass shit, and within the bounds of safety and reason. And I'm like, no, this is how it should be done. If you're gonna do a hardcore match, do it right. Do it with respect to the fans.
Facts. No, facts. This was dope as fuck. Yeah, Mark Briscoe got the win with here, but whew, you know, there were no real losers. Both guys were like, you know what I mean? This is crazy. I wouldn't be mad at a third match, but what the fuck could they do? Like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, this is kind of the pinnacle.
Yeah, that's one like there ain't nothing else to really do unless
you put them in a cage or something.
Something exploding cage or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
My god, like an electrified cage like they do in Japan.
Like
they've never done that, have they? In the States, they should. Oh yeah, bring it over. You heard that, Tony Khan. Yeah. First ever United States televised electrified cage.
That shit would be crazy. Yeah. What would you grade?
Man, that's a 4.4. They put their lives on the line.
I'll give it a 4.5.
Yeah. 4.5. You know, I matched that. I'll change that. Yeah, that's
that
my
was
God.
That shit was hardcore. That shit was hardcore. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. All right, what's next?
All right. After that, man. Okay, so Tony Schiavone was going to come out and talk about the Owen tournament, right?
Yeah.
And before he can get a chance to talk about the tournament named after one of the most beloved and ill-fated wrestlers to die prematurely, he gets interrupted by Prince Nana. Prince Nana comes out there in his... I love his crown bandana. I love how his crown looks like it could also be a bandana, and I want one for myself. I think that's just such a dope concept. But he comes out there and he's like, Tony, shut your mouth. If you want an easy sort of cheap way to be a heel, you cut off like a commentator who's just trying to do their job.
Yeah, especially a guy like Tony, right?
Yeah, who's like well respected, long and been in so long, well beloved, and like there's a way to do it and not be a heel, right? Like The Rock was really good at being funny about it, and also Coachman was kind of annoying, right? The way they played him off, so it was fine. But like this was just straight up like, "No, shut your mouth, old man! Get the fuck off! Get out of my ring!" Oh shit! You know what I mean? Like, Nana can play face manager as well as heel seamlessly. Yeah, I'm taking notes. Yeah, because it's easy to be the heel manager, even a tweener. It's harder to like nail that to be a usually managers cheat. They do all the shit. So writing for a face manager and playing as a face manager, he's killing it right now.
No, you're right. He can do both masterfully. Really, but you know, he's a vet in the game, so you know he's been there, done that. So you know, I've seen him play heel multiple times, like in ROH and stuff like that. So no, it's dope to see him do what he does.
Just being fluidly dope at it, and like. You know, of course, like Swerve is coming down. Swerve has got that like brooding Bruce Wayne face on. Like he's gonna come down there and tell us something that we may or may not like, and he don't give a fuck. And then in the middle of that comes the biggest like I don't fucking like your ass moment when Bandito just gets it from behind, and I was just like, holy! I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. There was gonna be
some get back at some point.
You know, and I was just like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, all right, let's go. Let's go. And that was so awesome having them team up against Bandito. And like, there's the element with the chair, and Bandito almost gets thrown onto it, doesn't even know it's behind him. And no, the segment was dope. I look forward to their match.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. You know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Double or Nothing is stacked as shit, man. Stacked as shit. What else?
Here's that bittersweet, bit of the night. Willow Nightingale cutting a promo.
Man.
And her promo was great, man. It definitely touched my soul, which was what it was meant to do. And I appreciated her, and she just was like, yo, I came into this, I got my TBS belt beforehand. This is my second time with the belt, and I'm glad to have the opportunity, and I can't, my shoulder's fucked up, but it was more inspiring than the way I'm delivering it. But she was very positive about the whole thing, and she was very grateful to be in AEW, and she vowed to come back, and despite her disappointment not being able to compete in the women's Owen, she knows that when she does come back, she'll reclaim everything that she lost.
Yep.
Thank you, Willow Nightingale, for being the face of TBS.
And she was a great champ.
For being one of my favorite women wrestlers, not just on the roster, but I think of in history. This roster, it's hard to say because there's so many great. But she's definitely like she's grown to become one of my favorites.
She's most definitely had a hell of a year. Just a calendar year. She's had a great year, man. Good. Her Babes of Wrath taking the tag belts, making those mean something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her with the TBS belt, Willow 2 belts. Her, putting that belt like after she won it off Mercedes. Putting that belt at a level of prestige that was needed, after Mercedes lost it. I feel like she delivered.
She did.
She did. And so, even with her having to relinquish it early, I still deem what she did with the title a success.
Yeah, me too.
And, it's sad because we wanted to see how her reign was going to play out.
And she's had it for how many months at this point? It's been a while.
It's been a while. More like maybe 6. Has it been? She's been champ most of the year.
Yeah, it's been champ most. Yeah, most
of
the year so far.
And she's done a great job with it. So, yeah. Get better.
Yeah, please. I look forward to seeing you out there again.
Yeah, health as well, man.
Next up, after that bittersweet announcement, let's see. Title drops out of the AEW Continental Champion. Oh shit! Here we go. This match was fun. This eliminator match between Jon Moxley
and Kyle Fletcher. Not Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah.
My God, they've been building this rivalry for months, and it started off with Moxley being the antagonist that he always straight up heel, totally just pushing Kyle to the brink.
Yeah.
And Kyle being the guy on the AEW roster, or wanting to be the guy on the AEW roster to basically send the leader of the Death Riders home or to hospital rather than packing.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was this incredibly noble pursuit, right? And he was just, and then there was a part of him obviously that was like, no, I want to break her ankle for me too. But now that like Moxley is on the face, like the sort of the face end of things, it has become this thing similar to like him and Osprey, where it's like, dude, this isn't personal.
Yeah.
This is I view this as competition only, but my goal was not to like injure you forevers or whatever right now. It's just, but hey, if you want a match, you get the match. And Kyle's like, I'm gonna rip your ankle off. Look, dude, it's like somebody got to like Orange has got to be like, dude, calm down. He's not even the same guy he was like 2 years ago. It's fine. Just go out there and have your match. Like, that feels like a thing that Orange would kind of say more or less with less words, of course. But it's a great dynamic, I think, because Kyle is similar to Osprey. Is operating off what he remembers about the Moxley of old and not what they're doing now. And I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the match is great. Like, it was like watching, it made me think, this is the kind of thing that we could have seen on a regular basis if Ken Shamrock had stayed on the WWF roster a little bit longer.
I could see that, yeah.
Like, I often would go, man, wouldn't it have been awesome if Ken and like Kurt Angle had a feud? Fuck, that would have been dope.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
And So having these guys with a similar kind of ground and ground and pound style match, catch as can almost in places, and the striking differential, the Moxley using the punching and Kyle using the kicks and the knees, totally dope.
Yeah.
Totally dope.
No, this was what I thought it was gonna be. They always tear it up every time they're in the ring with each other. And like you said, the dynamic this time made it different. Moxley was able to kind of approach this in the, like you said, heelish way in the beginning, but it became more and more honor based as it went.
As time went on, yeah.
Yeah, and Moxley this time pulls out the win.
No, the time limit hit.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. No, but doesn't it?
That means Kyle gets his match.
Gets his match. Yeah. Okay. No, that was my bad.
So they're going at it one last time.
Okay.
And honestly, if I were to choose who I think is going to go over, I kind of think it might be Kyle, simply because it feels like, this is being built to be Kyle's not redemptive, but his big chance to get back what was robbed of him from the tournament. Like, they're saying it's like he's deserving of this tournament win, and now he's returning determined to prove that. Now, is it a guarantee that I feel like he'll definitely go out there and win it? No. But I am leaning toward, like a Kyle O'Reilly victory here.
I wouldn't be mad either way. I could agree that Kyle has that kind of momentum against Moxley anyway, to where it's feasible that they can do this. But I think Moxley's just proven himself to be a big time player when it matters on these big matches. And I think we could say the same. I think we could have said the same thing about Ospreay, right?
Yeah.
When Ospreay was going against him this last time, and he pulled it out. So you never know.
Yeah, you never do.
We'll see.
What do you rate the match?
4.4, I think.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. There's a lot of high score matches tonight, man. Like,
they were cooking. They were cooking. That's why I said it's a go home show. A lot of these matches could have been on Double or Nothing, I feel like, and it would have been cool.
They just didn't have the room for it.
Yeah. This would have been a 10-hour fucking pay-per-view.
And would have been dope as fuck.
Not lying.
Next up, we have Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. And they're basically doing a promo. And all those weeks of Chris Statlander being told that her friend and tag partner has been talking trash in front of her about her or behind her back in Japanese. Looks like it's finally getting to Chris, because Chris is just like, tells her, hey, watch yourself.
Yeah.
And it does look kind of bad when she's like answering for Chris. And it does make it look like but it's leaving us with enough ambiguity to go, well, maybe this is one big misunderstanding. Because when Chris says, watch yourself, and storms off, homegirl's confused a little bit. Like, she's just sort of trying to cover it up and be professional, but you can tell she's like, what's going on, So, the whole misunderstanding, aggressive plot is a good one. It's a good one for, like, any kind of drama or comedy situation. It's a bit of, like, irony. Anyway, not to spend too much longer.
We'll see.
But I can't wait to see where this goes.
And I could see both of these women in the running for that TBS championship.
Oh yeah.
So
easy.
There's some good candidates there. So we'll see where this goes.
And Stat would definitely be looking for something to kind of like warm her, her empty shelf. Yeah. Considering she's no longer women's world.
Exactly.
And I don't see Mercedes Moné coming back for the TBS title, because I think she's going to go world.
Bust. Yeah, it's world of bust on that one.
All right, so we have the 8-woman tag match, the Triangle Madness. And I wasn't expecting Athena to show up, but I'm always happy to see her wrestle and play alongside other heels.
Yep.
She's adaptable and she works well with
others. She can do anything.
Thunder Rosa, Mina Shirakawa, and the Brawling Birds, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor. Alex was supposed to face off against, if I recall correctly, Willow.
Yeah.
For the TBS at the pay-per-view, right?
Yep.
And now Alex, unfortunately, has been dashed of her. of her goals for now.
I mean, they could still do something though. I feel like they might try to pull something. Maybe at the pay-per-view they could do a battle royal, or they could have Windsor against a mystery opponent, whoever they choose. There's still a way to do it, but I don't know if they're totally doing away with it. You know,
if I were them, I would just put the TBS belt as an extra prize for the Owen tournament.
That would be dope.
You know.
But then the only thing I would say to that is that the winner usually gets the world belt, and unless you're planning on making them a double champion, it kind of would I think it would diminish the TBS championship to have that champion lose to the world champion at that point in time, especially because there's not too many people that I see beating Tekla right this second.
Yeah, good point indeed. Let's see. Next up. Oh yeah, no, let's talk about this match. What was it next up? This 8 women's tag match.
This is very fun.
Was very good.
Yeah, very fun.
Mina Shirakawa hits her. She doesn't get a chance to do her signature figure 4 here, but she does do, what is it called, the tornado?
Tornado, yeah.
off the ring apron, which just
always fun.
Yeah, no, it's like when somebody throws the perfect spiral football in the air. It's got that spin to it.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, Mina's so dope. Mina's so dope. Like you were saying, I'm a huge Athena fan. She was showing out here. Tekla, like I said, Tekla to me is just slowly becoming one of the best women in all of wrestling right now.
Oh yeah,
you know, the Sisters of Sin are dope.
I got to see one of my favorite, and I think underrated, submission moves. In that, you know, it's usually illegal when they do it, but still, it's one of my favorites. The tarantula, originally perfected by Yoshiro Tajiri, was used very effectively in this match.
Thanks.
I'm just glad to see that move has not died and gone by the wayside. You know what I mean? Other wrestlers are still doing it to this day.
No, straight up. This was fun, man. And you know, it just showed the depth of AEW's women division too. Just how many great wrestlers they have. And they went out there and showed out. You know, they went out there and showed out. So I can't complain too much about this.
No, not at all. It's gonna get, oh man. It's a 4.4 from me on this one.
Yeah, I'll go with it. Like you said, a lot of high scoring matches. It was just a fun show.
And the way they took it, right? Like Thekla with the mist when the referee wasn't looking.
Yes.
And then the referees got to look at the evidence after all the little black marks. What I would like to do, and I don't know exactly how much this would change things, but it would be nice if there could be some sort of rule adjustment, even if it's just for a little while, where the referee is allowed to call into question calls they've made. Upon further evidence, we've discovered that there is black ooze all over the place. I'm thinking that maybe, you know, but I mean, the spit historically hasn't been illegal within itself. It's still just, I don't know, just food for thought.
Yeah.
You know, because real referees review the tape all the time. So that it would be nice to kind of see that come into play at least every now and then, you know, where a referee's like, hey, can I watch that back?
Okay, I can see that.
Let's see. Then next up, we have a promo segment where, you know, Speedball's being hyped up by Kevin Knight. And we get to see seeds of that betrayal coming.
This nigga's gonna turn out so bad, bro.
It's the fact that he keeps the healthiest thing in the world is when he says, when you get the belt, you know, I want to challenge you for it.
Yeah.
But you just get the sense that Speedball is like, bro, no. You have your belt already. Yeah. Be happy with your belt.
Stop being fucking selfish, huh?
You know, yeah. And but you know,
coming after my shit.
But arguably, you know, if they truly were friends, you know, and clearly Kevin Knight is more his friend than not.
Yeah.
You would welcome the friendly competition.
Hey man.
And, you know, I'm just saying.
Speedball out here just trying to get his. This nigga said, "Look, you already got your shit. Okay, you got everybody already say you the future and shit, nigga. Let me get mine." Stop trying to get my shit. You already got your... Can you lose yours first? That's how Speedball feels. This nigga gonna turn on him. So
Yeah, no,
bad.
you're not wrong.
Yo, he gonna kick the fuck out this nigga, bro. It's just gonna be all kicks, nigga. Just like, oh my god. You know how usually niggas just be punching the fuck out of niggas. How many kicks is this nigga gonna hit this nigga with when he turn on, bruh?
Hey, you better hurry up and win the goddamn tag titles before he turn on you.
That nigga gonna be hitting Street Fighter 6 super finishing moves on this nigga. Shit, Shoryuken. That nigga gonna be going off, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great match.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right.
So,
You don't turn on him so fucking bad.
John Moxley has a promo where he says he doesn't miss when everything's on. He doesn't miss when everything's on the line.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Ospreay seen at all
Mm-hmm.
amongst the Death Riders.
Mm-hmm.
I looked for him too. I even rewatched some of the bits when they were in to see if maybe he was in the background somewhere. Nope. And that makes sense because if he was there, they would not have it wouldn't have been a quick and you miss it because he's the biggest new element of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Focus on Moxley.
Yeah.
And Moxley's promo was strong and he's fair in it. He's not like in denial at all.
Yeah. No,
and I appreciated that.
And that's why I said the character shift and everything the last few months has been like really masterful. So, yeah, I see it. I feel it. Good stuff.
Now, finally, our main event.
Whew.
Speedball Mike Bailey versus the defending champion himself, Darby Allin.
Yeah.
I would like to know where Darby gets his robes from because I've never been able to find a robe that just fit me and had the giant obnoxious, I don't call it obnoxious, but the giant hood that just covers your face. Yeah. I've always I'll buy hoodies and I want that look. I want to be in the shadow like a fucking Nazgul. I think that's so cool. But no, he's coming out there and holding the belt dramatically with the little shadow Nazgul no face, and he proceeds to be Darby Allin.
Yeah.
He did not quite. He didn't kill himself this time.
Yeah. No, he didn't. This was more of a wrestling match than I've seen him wrestle in a minute.
It felt like he was just and the commentators didn't pick up on this. I'm kind of surprised, but it almost felt as though he was trying to conserve a bit of himself for the title defense he's got coming up.
Yeah. I could feel that. He's you're burning yourself, but that's the thing about this tower is you're burning yourself at two ends of the candle, right? Because you're defending against somebody who's world class, but then you're trying to also conserve energy for a title match you don't know that you'll have on that Sunday. So it goes both ways. So you're playing a dangerous game. But that's why I'm saying, that's why, I got to give it to Darby, man. I got to give it to Tony Khan and them because this is as short as it's going to be because this could be over with on Sunday.
That's true.
And I would be fine with that, right? But if it ends on Sunday, I feel like this is one of the best AEW title reigns. And that's crazy because you don't really see short transitional reigns
as being spectacular.
Yeah,
but
this was
every match.
If this is it,
every match,
was a banger.
Oh my gosh!
So if this is it, I gotta give kudos to Darby Allin because this might be the first, maybe the greatest transitional title reign I've ever seen, a short-term title reign I've ever seen. This might be the best one. Real talk, no. And this match is proof positive, adds to the narrative of it being one of the best title reigns ever. Yeah.
I mean, granted, Darby didn't try to kill himself as much. It was more grounded, but that's okay. Darby Allin has now the commentators didn't bring this up, but I have not forgotten. Darby, they've brought it up before. Mm-hmm. He has a amateur Greco-Roman background in wrestling. So I totally expect the man to be good with the graps. Yeah. And he's solid with the graps. You can tell he doesn't specialize in it, but that ground game was I mean, it says it all.
And with Speedball being more akin to his size, it was easier for him to kind of implement. And so if I was him, I would have did the same shit. You know what I mean? Like I can take this guy down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Brody King where you got
right.
to, you know,
You have to throw yourself
and, you know. So he didn't necessarily have to do that as much, which was, like you said, a great way to conserve yourself for what's to come on Sunday, right? Because you're gonna need all of that.
And you had MJF on commentary talking about how he had all this faith in Speedball and it's like, no, you don't, dude. You just don't want to see, like, you know, you just don't want to see Darby win. And he, you know, and he was, of course, he wasn't trying to admit that, but that's just MJF being great heel right there.
Yeah,
something that work.
No, I agree, but I thought this was a great match, man. Like I said, Speedball here showed that he belonged in the main event spot, though. We talk about Kevin Knight. We talk about, and I do feel like he's going to be a huge star for AEW in the future.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that Speedball made a great accounting for himself on the main event scene level. And so I wouldn't be mad at him when he does beat Kevin Knight's ass in a year or two, seeing him, you know, maybe work his way into a world title reign, because his style, you know, sometimes you don't know if somebody's stuff fits. It does. He's physical. His style's so unique, and I think that when he does turn, I can see him going to the Callis family.
You're not wrong.
And yeah, so
I agree.
But thoroughly enjoyed this match. Darby pulls it out, shocks the fuck out of Speedball, right?
Puts him in the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yep.
And you got Kevin Knight, who's like trying to get Speedball to touch the ropes.
You're gonna turn on him so bad.
And he's just reaching, and then and Kevin, if I recall correctly, is also there to keep MJF at bay.
Yeah.
They point that out.
Yeah.
And I can almost hear like Speedball's thoughts. Don't keep him out. I'm trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to win.
Right.
And then taps. Oh my gosh. You even had the point to where like MJF was calling Speedball a schmuck for not doing the right move or whatever after praising him for being one of the greatest. You know, it's like it's typical MJF. Man, solid match. What do you give it?
4.3, I think.
Yeah, it's the same for me.
Yeah, 4.3. Afterwards, though.
Well, after he...
Or did we just go into Collision after that? I think
we just went into Collision after that.
I think we went into Collision. Okay, so overall, what would you grade the show?
4.4.
I'll go with that.
Consistently hit.
One of the better go-home shows I've seen in like for wrestling in a while. This is really good. And I'm really excited for Double or Nothing. Excellent card. It's going to be stacked as fuck. So, yeah. That's all we got to say about that. Go ahead and plug yourself, man. Tell everybody where you can find you.
You can check me at Joaquin_Xavier on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
That's all I'm plugging for now.
All right, man. So you already know from me, Go to Work Fitness on Instagram, Go to Work Fitness on YouTube. Check out the Kingpin Collective on YouTube, where you check this show out, Sicko Mode, and TKC Wrestling for the Instagram stuff. We got other stuff coming. Big show in El Cerrito in about a month, so get with us on that one. All hail the Three Queens. It's going to be a great show. Looking forward to that. Beyond that, man, next week it'll be the aftermath of Double or Nothing. I'm excited to see what's coming out of everything. I may cover Double or Nothing, just depending on everything. But we'll see. We'll see what it is. But beyond that, we out of here, y'all, and we'll see y'all next week. But you already know, city to city, state to state, country to country, there's only one thing that remains true out here, and that is that kings wear crowns over here. We'll see y'all next week. Yeah. All right now.